Good morning. I'm kind of early. I'm actually 10 minutes early, so I'm kind of cruising at this point. I'm coming back around full circle here. I'm here in Old St. Augustine, and if only you knew all the times in this life that I had my feet slam the ground at the pavement here, whether it be on skateboard or on foot or barefoot. It's been rather magnificent. It's so magnificent. I'm processing a lot of different things, mainly because I'm also simultaneously driving and also being mindful of my environment around me. So my intention of this creation is because I noticed something new about myself, and I wanted to put it in there for the log. I'm noticing that I'm holding myself back from feeling emotions. I'm holding myself back from entering intimate places inside myself that I know are tender. And I have no conscious recollection, the pinpoint of exactly where all of those hurts are. I have my own thoughts and interpretations of what I am dreaming may be why there are these aches. And I'm also noticing other things about myself. Some things that I personally believe are socially or culturally right? Socially indoctrinated, the expectations upon me. There's gray area of that we could use, for example, having children and procreating. And then there's also, some things are becoming more socially acceptable. It's so complicated. And yes, every single person has a different viewpoint of understanding life and what's in front of us now. I might describe what's in front of me here now completely differently than you would. And it's possible that some definitions that I give to my words may not necessarily be the same definitions that you hold and understand. For example, something that I like to think about a lot is framing. Like, how are you framing your mind and your thoughts? Like, some people might think, man, I really, really want this one person or this one thing. But really, the truth is, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with your subconscious illusion of what you think comes with that. Like, for example, someone might say, man, I really just want a puppy. It's all I want. If I just had a puppy, that's it. I'll never ask for anything else, right? Although the truth is, maybe they really just want something to cuddle them. But really, when they get the puppy likes their parents or their partner or their other animal or whatever more type thing. But really, it's just a story that you told yourself. Like, maybe you like the story of like, oh, I'm gonna marry my high school sweetheart, or love really looks like this, or that, like, I believe that no one should ever break up no matter what. So you live out all these storylines because you have these subconscious, like, indoctrinated belief systems that kind of center you and tell you data. Bear with me as I get centered into my relocation. For example, maybe you like the storyline that I'm going to be with someone who has blonde hair, right? Or maybe like that's one of my subconscious thing, or red hair or long hair. Therefore, like, you know, we'll isolate and like not pay attention to anything else except for where our attention goes. And then exactly, if you have these subconscious stories and belief systems and you keep reliving out these experiences because of your subconscious recreation of past experiences or relationships, feelings, etc. For example, a lot of people always have new relationships, right? Because the truth is they like the stimuli of something new. And then not just that, but of course all the storylines of like, oh, if you're my partner, you can't talk to the opposite sex, right? Or like, exactly, there's all these ownerships, or you call them energies, attachment twos, attracted twos. But true love is not conditional. It's not, I love you because you love animals, or I love you because you won't ever hurt animals, or I love you because you won't hurt children. Did you know in the state of California it is straight up legal to marry children, and it's family approved and courthouse approved? I've looked a little bit further into it. I need to continue doing my homework, though that just blew my mind. Though, like, I imagine, like, exactly when I was 16, I was like, I could think for myself, I'm totally fine, right? Though, like, all the studies totally does show that, like, technically our brain isn't fully, like, developed until we're 18. Like, my intuition, though, tells me that, like, the brain never stops changing. Exactly, the cells never stop falling off. Man, there's something to all this, and I think that that's, like, why it's, like, so shamed in society and looked down upon. Like, the metaphysics, it's unbelievable. That's why I like to do that coconut experiment, like, focus on coconuts, or whatever, exactly, whatever you put your attention to, whatever you make your goal. Like, if you write down, like, $500, $500, $500, and, like, make it your goal. And, like, you could be like, $500 by Friday, $500 by Friday, and, like, literally believe it and have it with, decree, you know, it's such emphasis that you actually believe it, that you, like, there's no other way, and you just, like, trust and it's provided. Pray as if it has already been received. I definitely need to be doing more yoga. I'm kind of doing some in my car right now. I'm grabbing my toe, stretching out. That's all it is becoming unity, making yourself one. And I like to make myself one with my body. And, like, instead of, like, ignoring what my body's telling me, you know, listening to where the tensions are inside my body. My intuition just showed me an opportunity to something that, like, I would like to take care of in the city of St. Augustine before I GTFO, right? I have a deaf friend that I love very much. His name is William. William is extremely intelligent and a Gemini. Loves to communicate. Is extremely gifted at it, extremely intuitive as well. I think he has Scorpio in his chart. And, yeah, like, my intuition just told me I could totally get him a job here at this Publix. Because we're in St. Augustine. They need deaf people in, like, the community. I had thought of a turd thing, like, I would be like, I'd be willing to work at Publix just to be his interpreter and teach someone else sign language there, and then move on. Like, I'm like, I don't need a degree in sign language. I'm, like, fighting the whole, I hate system and rules. I do. I'm still, like, as you can see, like, exactly, like, I went to bed late, and I had to wake up extremely early, and my sleep has been interrupted all night. I also came on here to kind of be poetic. Like, I've been singing all these songs, and frankly, they're all songs that I make up, and I could never sing them again. Never. I mean, maybe if I wrote them down as I was singing them out loud, or exactly if I was recording them. And then what sucks is exactly, like, a lot of beats are ruined, right? Because, like, oh, copyright, oh, I want my money, man, that's all anybody cares about in this world. blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I should probably text my girl and GTF off of here. And then, yeah, honestly, I need to get more comfortable with myself. And, yeah, I need to take better care of myself. And I need to, like, recognize the patterns that I keep recreating. Like, a lot of mine is trauma. I recreate trauma, and, like, as soon as I start making a wedge ahead, I get into the same stuff. And I need to make a conscious shift of this and wake up instead of being like this. You know what I mean? And, like, sometimes it's really fun to be like this, you know what I mean? To act like I don't know the truth. But every once in a while, like, I'll have a breakdown and I'll be like, oh my God, the truth. So, I guess another lesson that I definitely want to teach is that there's a lot of people looking at things like this. Like, you have no experience or education, anything that you're looking at, and you're saying, this is awful, this is the worst thing in the world, oh my God, don't do that. And yet, like, you have no involvement, you have no education, you have nothing. And still you think that you know something. Like, you don't even know anything about yourself. How can you not know anything about yourself and not truly understand yourself, or admit to yourself and be honest with yourself what your addictions are, what you can't stop, you know? Like, maybe you're addicted to working out, or maybe you're addicted to potato chips, or maybe you're addicted to coffee. Maybe you're addicted to copying people, you know? Maybe you notice that, like, oh, I always mirror people and always try to do things differently. Excuse me, I'm very grateful for my extra time, but I love you. I want to honor my word and be good people, so I'll be back in touch with you. As you see, I need to put me first and make a list of what I need to do today. I need to tighten up, tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. I'll be back with you later, crew. I love you in ASL, American Sign Language. Peace.